check out the Patreon and gain access to all the source code. Hey, welcome to part 9 of creating your own Paragon system. So let's just get right into it. So last time what we did was we created so we can see the tab buttons, and we created the tabs, or the tab items I would call them, and yes, you can still click the button and everything works. But yeah, it works that way. So what we want to do now is that, if you remember in part 1, I showed that we both have a level up here, and we have the experience here, and then we have points left text, and we had a button to reset all. So let's make the rest of the UI ready so we can then in the later parts go in and actually make it work, and work like over the server, and you can increase and you can get the stats. So let's just get started. First off, let's start with creating the level text and XP text. So I will go up here and function Paragon System .ui .functions .create XP text. So this function creates the XP text and level text. Create XP text plus level text. So now we need to create a font for both of those. So let's go through this together. So local level text, local XP text. So these are just our values we store the text in while making it. So let's get started on that. So write level text equals Paragon System .ui .frames .mainframe, because we want the mainframe to create this text. So create a colon create font string, and here we say no comma overlay and comma game font normal. Next we want to set the point and the text, so that's level text colon set points, or set points, sorry, and we want it at the top, so that's quotes and then top comma Paragon System.ui .frames .mainframe, because we want to anchor it to the mainframe, and then, or attach it, you could say, to the mainframe, then comma and quotes again top, and comma again and 0, and comma again -40. This is because then we move it down just a tad bit, so you can see the text instead of it's colliding with the name on the window. So next we just want to make the text for it, so level text again, that's colon set text. Inside here all we want to do is set the text, so I'll just copy my color code here, and then you write level and colon, and let's just 1 2 3. This is just default, like this is this default text for just showing how it will look in game and stuff for us right now as we are developing. You need to think about what you set in here, like the text for level and experience will be updated as soon as we make it connect with the database and the server. So all that data will just be updated again. This is just a default value, so like if something goes wrong, you could even say no level detected up here. Then you know by looking at your UI that, oh, okay, the level for some reason doesn't load correctly. That's a way to debug things too. Next, let's make the XP text equals, and again, we want to write the Paragon System.ui.frames.mainframe. Copy that and do this, and then colon create font string again, and in here we say nil comma overlay as always comma game font normal small. because that matches best with the small for the experience text. XP text, text, colon, set point. And like before, that's top. And then we want to attach it to the Paragon UI, Paragon System.UI, the frames, the main frame again, and comma, top again, comma, 0, comma, minus 55. Next is we want to just set the text, so that would be XP text, colon, set text. And then I will copy my the same color code one more time, and then I will just put in some random value here. So 25, and then space, and this backspace, I think it's called, backslash, and then just like 3000 here. This is again just default text for the UI before it loads the data from the server. Next, or the last thing we are actually gonna do in this function is Paragon. We need to set the text with the both of the text we just made. So UI, not UI panel. Okay, so Paragon System dot UI, UI dot text objects dot level text with uppercase L and uppercase T equals to level text or value. And you can just duplicate this, go to the end where it says text objects, and then click dot again. And here you want XP uppercase and then text T with uppercase 2 to have the XP text. So like that, and now we are done in this function. So now we create the level XP text plus the level text. Now we actually need to call it. So let's, like we did in the older parts, let's copy the whole function here. It's just easier than writing it out again. Go down to your init, your functions.init, and then place it below here and close it off, and that's it. Now let's test it in game, and you just write /reload, and you see now our level is in white and the same as our experience, and it says 1, 2, 3, and the experience is the number is set in white too. So that's already done. So now we have the text in the UI, and you see it moves along with the window. So the next thing now is that we actually want to do the button, like the reset button. So we will quick find that. So we will make the reset button. So let me see here. So let's go back up to our function called create Paragon window open. No, not open button, sorry. The create Paragon window. In here, all you want to do is we actually want to do two things here, because we need to make also the points left text. So what you do here is that you write below the two locals we already have, you write local, and then you say main frame button reset, or this is just a name so I know it's inside the main frame and I know where it is. And then I would say to write points, or I would call it points left text. And the next thing is you write another local, and then you say main frame button reset all text, because we want to write the text reset all. So now we got those. So behind, like below everything. So after the mainframe on mainframe colon height, make a ton of new lines here, and then we will begin to write the button code. So mainframe button reset all equals create frame, and then we say it's a button frame, and we comma again, and then we say we give this the name of buttons dot reset all, just so we have like an access way to do like get access to the button if we need it, and then comma mainframe, and we can write mainframe here instead of the long way to get the mainframe from the Paragon system, because we already made this mainframe local variable first. So then next thing is just making the template, which is UI panel button template. After that, mainframe button reset all colon set size, and here you write 150 comma 25. So this is the width and this is the height, and we will later down the line in these tutorials we will move these values into their own config into the config file. Right now I just want to like make the UI so everyone can follow along here, and then before we move ahead and do all the server stuff, I will make sure to go over and like clean up the values here. It's a good way to do programming, just like get it working at first. Like shouldn't always take that at face value, but always get things working and then improve it, because otherwise you just spend a ton of time on improving something which might even not even work. And I've spent way too much time on that before. So it's just a hint for people learning to program. Always make sure it works, then start slowly moving things into their own file. And next, we want to continue the frame here, the main frame button reset, sorry. Main frame button reset all, colon, set point, and in here, bottom, comma, and since we want to attach it to the mainframe, so mainframe, comma again, bottom, if I could spell, and then comma 0, comma 15. So now the last thing we gotta do is set the script up so it can register it when you click the button. So mainframe button reset all, set script, and in here on click is the one we want to listen for, comma again, function like we did before with the other buttons, then self, comma button. And here you can just do two minus symbols for the comment, and then write to do reset all. So now we know this should reset all when we click it, but let's actually make it print something when we want to test it. So print reset all was clicked. So that's done now. The two last things we want to do now is make the button, so the mainframe button reset all, the text for it, the reset all text on it, we want to connect that to the button. So let's get that done, and then the points left. So here we want to just mainframe button reset all, and then text at the end of all, and then set it equals to main. So basically set it equals to mainframe button reset all, colon, create for string, and then nil again as normal, and then overlay, and then a comma again, and game font normal. So the reason we're doing it like this is because we don't want the frame to create the text anymore, because this text should be created by the thing it's inside, where before we created, like before in the tutorial here, the parts here, we have done it where it's the mainframe creating the font, as we did up here with the title. That's because it's connected to the mainframe. And I don't actually think it means anything which frame you make it, which frame you use to make the font string. But it's just always best to like keep it connected and together. So because we want to make a text inside the mainframe button reset all, well, then we know that, okay, the text here is obviously connected with the mainframe button reset all. Next, go down here, next line, and then mainframe button reset all text, colon set point, and that would be center, because it's the center of the mainframe button reset all. And in here, you again connect it to the mainframe button reset all, because it's attached or connected to it. And then comma, and in here you write center again, and then 0, 0. So now it's in the middle of the reset all button. Next, we just want to set the text, so write mainframe button reset all text, colon set text. And then in here, you want to write reset all. So that's the text of the button. So now the last thing we need to do is the points left text object, or points left text, sorry. Points left text equals mainframe, because again, as before, it's inside the mainframe. So we would like to create it that way. And then nil, comma, overlay, and comma, game font, remember double quotes, game font normal small. Then points left text, colon, set point. That should be the bottom, because we want the bottom of the mainframe. And then it's attached to the mainframe, so write mainframe, comma again, and then bottom again, and then comma 0, comma 50. And last thing we gotta do with creating this text is just set in the points left text and set the text we want, that text. And here we will just put in points left, colon, no data loaded. Just so this text will, again, as I told you before, will change when we load the data. Now, what we gotta do as the last thing here is we just gotta edit like we did with everything else. So let's go ahead and do that. In Paragon System.UI.text objects. What we're gonna call it? Let's call it points left text. Points left text. Yep. And then just set it to all points left text. That's the text for the points left. Then let's save or put into our table the Paragon System.UI, the buttons one. We put in the main. We want it to name it mainframe reset all button reset all. Sorry. And remember to keep it uppercase when you are adding it. And then mainframe button reset. And now the last thing we need is basically just the text for the button. And all we actually gotta do, you know what, let's call this down here reset all, because so the where we added the button into our table, the Paragon System, the UI, the buttons that reset all instead equals to mainframe button reset all. Just easier to say and easier to write. Then Paragon System .ui dot, and let's see here, where would we put that? Into the text objects probably, yeah. And then button reset all text. And that would be the mainframe button reset all text. So now we just added everything here. So we are actually, from what I remember, we are actually done with everything inside the Create Paragon window. So now let's go in and check out how it looks in game. So let's close it. Then let's just write /reload. Now let's open the menu and boom. You see now that we both have the level and we have the points left with the no data loaded, and we have the button for reset all, and you can see our print function works. So that's all done now, and as you see, these data or these text and buttons still keep staying on the screen even when we switch between the two tabs. And the reason they do that is because we are attaching it to the main, like the mainframe, which is just the whole menu and not the tab container. That's why. So I will end the video for now. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please consider leaving a like and a subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.